I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. You can answer them as shortly, as longly as you want. So the first one is, what were your expectations before coming to this event?
I honestly had no expectations. I like to sort of step into everything with an open mind. I knew that I was going to be surrounded by experts and was going to be surrounded by a great group of people, and I was really looking forward to just sharing what I love with a group of people who are really into hopology.
Mm-hmm. And what at the moment do you think you're enjoying the most?
The community. I think because everybody is so interested in what they do, they all get an opportunity to sort of geek out on weapons and everything. So I get to talk to everybody about swords, and you can't have a normal conversation outside with random people about swords. They'll think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But here, it's awesome.
It's the place for that.
This is the place for that.
Yeah. Is there anything that you were particularly surprised by?
I would say the venue. I did not expect the venue to be this awesome. Like, this is awesome. It's like a mead hall in here.
It is. It's really cool.
You know, like, I'm out here thinking, when do the Vikings show up? Like, I love it.
Yeah, it is a cool venue. What do you believe, for you personally, is the historical significance of this lab?
I think the historical significance of this lab is showing how things are interconnected. It's kind of like how Myrie said in the beginning that oftentimes we think, oh, well, this influence came from Europe, but we didn't really see how the indigenous people may have just been adapting to their experiences with fighting with Europeans. So we get to see this broad variety of all of these different fighting styles that have an interesting connection, whether the martial arts that they practiced actually came from Spain and were locally adapted, or if their local martial arts were then adapted later to deal with fighting with people from Spain. So all of that is really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. What were your main takeaways and learnings so far?
Don't pack too much into a class. I probably had, I got through maybe 2/3 of what I planned to do today, and so I definitely overplanned for what I expected the class to look like today. But I guess it's better to have more material than less material, so in that respect it was great.
Yeah, I got a lot of great pictures, and I think people enjoyed it a lot, so. And then lastly, my last question is, what feedback advice would you give to our team and its explorer in residence, Myrie?
Honestly, there isn't really much I could say. I mean, everything was so well organized. I knew where everything was. I knew who to talk to. I had my contacts. I knew I wasn't going to get snatched at the border by immigration because everybody did everything properly. I think that sort of the food plan was great. I love the idea that there's vegetarian food. Like for me, it's Lent, so I can't eat any meat. So it's great that they're doing that. Just like all of this was just so well put together, and the fact that Myrie has very strict, and the team has very strict rules about how we're to conduct ourselves in here means a lot, because it just means that people can come into the space and know that they'll be respected and treated with respect, and that they'll be protected in that way.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that you're enjoying your time here so far.
Oh yeah, this is my first time in California, so.
Oh really?
Yeah.